Right, where to start? So I've done a few biggish challenges on my bike for charity. So things like 100 miles every day for 10 days, riding 5 of the hilliest sportives back to back, and a local legends 24-hour event covering a loop that was about 390 miles with over 19,000 feet of climbing. All of these challenges have been tough, and it's got me thinking, can I do more? What are my limits as a cyclist? How can I challenge myself that's going to literally put me under so much pressure? But at the same time, can I pull something together that's going to help raise funds for charity and raise as much money as I possibly can? Keep watching because I'm going to tell you what this challenge is, and it's going to be mammoth. But the main point of doing this is to try and raise as much money as I can for mental health charities and talk about how sport can positively impact everybody's life, their health, their mental health, and how cycling has helped reverse my depression and show people as you get older that you can still do more. So, what's the challenge? In 1926, the Tour de France had its longest tour ever. It took the riders around the circumference of France and then right through the middle back to Paris, covering over 5,745 kilometers, and they did it in 29 days. So I thought, hey, let's give that a crack. So in July 2024, I'm going to attempt to complete the same challenge in 21 days, cycling an average of 170 miles a day. I'm going to ride this solo, only supported by a backup crew. Now, this is not going to be easy. There are days with massive amounts of climbing in the Alps, and it's going to test my physical and mental strength beyond anything I can imagine or anything I've ever endured before. Some of the challenges I'm going to face when I do this, I'm going to be riding through the Alps region of France twice. And on the last couple of days of the challenge, so just when I'm at my most tired, I'm going to be riding one ride which will take me over 18,000 feet of climbing. And the next day, I'll be riding one more big climbing day of 15,000 feet. Eating enough calories is going to be a big challenge. Pretty much I'm going to need close to 8,500 to 9,000 calories per day minimum. One thing I'm going to have to be really careful is of my feet, because I get really bad hot foot from time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time. I've tried so many different pairs of shoes, inserts, just sometimes I just get hot feet. So what I have been doing is buying new pairs of shoes to test them on bigger, longer, hillier climbs, because it's actually the climbing that makes my feet really sore. I've gone out and bought a brand new pair of Specialized torch shoes in the hope that these are going to make my life a whole load better. Navigating the route is going to be an interesting task, because as much as we can plan it in advance, we know that it's going to be a challenge pretty much most days, because we'll use Commute and we'll also use Strava to sort of navigate it through. But bear in mind, we're traveling over 3,500 miles, and we know that some of those roads are just not going to be suitable. So we're going to have to play it by ear a little bit. But we're doing our best up front to make sure that our trip is going to be as seamless as possible. One of the biggest challenges, I think, apart from the actual physicality of this ride, is just staying mentally strong. And I think really looking into the challenge, it's going to be at a time of year that it'll be warm, but there will be days, I'm pretty sure, that are going to be horrendous. So it's going to be wet, potentially cold when the weather changes. So we're going to make sure we've got the right kit for that. But actually having the team with me who know me fairly well will be a real bonus. So when I'm struggling for the motivation, that is going to be really important for me. The one thing I do know is that because we're doing this for charity, having done big rides Every time you get a donation, that gives you that motivation to really keep driving forward, more so than if you were just doing it for fun off your own back. Obviously, the bike's going to be an important aspect of this challenge, so I'm going to try and get in touch with BMC, and if they can help me out, at least lend me a bike while I do this. But I'm taking and using my BMC because I know it's a great long distance ride, and we'll take as much extra kit with us as we think we need. So we're going to get some extra wheels, cassettes, chains, all the extra bits that we know that we're going to need to take, like hangers, for instance. All of that we're going to have in the RV, so if things go wrong, the bike can get fixed and get back on the road straight away. That's the important bit, because the bike is the thing that's going to get me around. On the last day, we ride about 200 miles. And I know that the team are kind of excited about this because we know that the Tour de France isn't actually going to be heading towards Paris in 2024. And it means that our Tour de France is going to be the one that finishes on the Champs-Élysées. I think it's important to talk about my why, so look, keep watching, because this might help you if you've ever found yourself in a really dark place. About 10 years ago, I hit a really rough mental patch, and when I say rough, I mean I was pretty dead inside. I was wooden, I was pretty lost. I'm lucky I didn't go fully dark, but it took a full year for me to climb out and get myself start to feel like me again. What helped me was that I had a very strong bond with my family and a twin brother that rode bikes. And without doubt, sport and bikes have played an absolute major role in helping me recover and get in a good place where I am today. Here's where you come in. I need your help. Let's be really upfront here. I need money, I need clothing and sponsors to help me get bikes and get this thing to the start line. I need everybody watching this to hit like and subscribe and share this video with their friends and talk about the fact that a 52-year-old, I'm going to be 53 when I do this, is gonna do a mammoth challenge on a bike. And yes, if you're watching this, I want you to help me get the word out, because by doing this, it's amazing how far this video could reach if you share it and promote it amongst your friends and talk about it as much as you possibly can. My hope is, if it goes as far as it possibly can do through an organic reach, potentially could get in front of people that could really help get this to the start line. Now, I have been working on this in the background, so already I'm talking to a couple that can support me drive a RV, help me do things like my cooking and my cleaning, but what I'm really looking for is someone that can help document and film the highs and lows of this journey over the 21 days. And just so you guys are aware, I will be 53 when I start this challenge, and that's another reason I want to do this, because I want to try and inspire people, not just cyclists, that as you get older, you can do more, that our perception of age is wrong. And I think by doing something like this, hopefully, if I can inspire one person to think differently as they get older and improve their lifestyle through my challenge, then that is only a really good thing. So 2023 is all about getting ready for the ride of my life in the 1926-2024 21-day Tour de France challenge. I'll say it again, I need you, yes, you watching this, to get this word out, and by sharing this video with your friends, it increases the reach. The cool thing about my channel is I will document my training and how I'm going to get myself in physical and mental shape to do this. So I'll talk about how I'm going to set my bike up, the equipment I'm going to use. I will talk about my training, and you can get loads of information from me as a coach. So you'll get some education from me about training and nutrition along the way, but also you'll also see my highs and lows as I go throughout the year of my training, and also the difficulty it's going to get to actually put this whole thing together. So look, if you want to join me on this ride, I'm going to keep talking about this on my channel, along with all the other things I've been doing. It's just going to be a really big year. So do me a favour, like and subscribe, and keep watching. Cheers.